Hello everyone, Killer here, coming to you once again from Minecraft 1.8 with the Dalek mod. So, if you haven't already guessed from the title of this video, today we are going to be talking about hat stands, and how you can actually put hats on them, with this new method that I've found. So, let me just show off an example of this. I have a hat stand here, and you can see all the different hats are on there, and even a scarf. And you can actually take off some of the items and put them back on. So that's pretty cool. So let me show you how you can do this. So first off, you're going to need a hat stand, obviously, and just place it down somewhere. I'm going to get into creative mode for this. And now you're going to need an armor stand. So let me grab one here. A stand for me pretties, as we say in pirate speak, but armor stand in English. So let me place some down. You're going to need 4 of them. And now you're going to need some helmets. So let me just pick a few here. Steel, gold, silver looks good. Alrighty then, and you can just put the helmets on the armor stands. That's the easy part. Okay, now that you've done that, we are going to be using the entitydata command. But instead of on entities like in my previous videos, we're going to be using them on the armor stands, which I guess are technically an entity, but a different kind. So let's just walk up to one and do entitydata. If I can spell it, there we go. @e type equals armor stand. And for now, I'm just going to open and close some curly brackets and leave them blank. So nothing's going to change here, but I just want to show off the NBT tag of this armor stand. And you don't need to worry about what NBT means. It's just the way Minecraft stores data about an entity or a special item or something in Minecraft. But I'm going to show off some of these tags in here because Minecraft has made it so that you can customize armor stands quite a bit. And there's some cool stuff you can do with armor stands when you use the entitydata command. So you can turn on or off the gravity, you can show the base plate or not, you can show the arms, you can specifically put items or equipment on here. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do if you want to fiddle around with all of this stuff later on. There are some pretty cool things you can do with armor stands, but right now we're just going to be doing one thing, and that's kind of just going to be posing them. So we're going to need to use the pose tag from this. So let me add a radius into this command, just so that we're not targeting every single armor stand that I have here. And I'm going to set that as 1, because I'm standing pretty much inside the armor stand. And so as I said, the pose tag, and then you're going to need some colons and open and close some more curly brackets. Inside of these, do head, colon, and then open and close square brackets. It's very important you get these brackets in here, otherwise won't accept the command. So once you have all of that set up, you're going to put in the following values. 30.0f, a comma, and then 30.0f again. And then hit enter. And you'll see that this armor stand, the helmet is now facing down and kind of off in another direction. So now walk up to the second one, and we're going to run a very similar command, but the second value is going to be -30. Leave the first 30 the same. Hit enter, and it's going to be facing off in a different direction. So let's go up to the next one, and now we're going to change that -30 to a -120. And then finally, on the last armor stand, a +120. And that's it for the angle. So as you can see, they're all now facing off in their own little direction, and they're all looking downwards at about 30 degrees. That's to simulate them being hung on the racks or the hooks of the hat stand over there. So we need to teleport them onto this hat stand. Now let me point out something that's pretty cool with this. So if we put the armor stand here on top of the hat stand, you'll see that the top of the armor stand lines up perfectly with the top of the hat stand. This is really convenient because that means we don't need to adjust the height of the armor stand. We can just put it right on top of the hat stand and everything will line up just fine. So let me actually grab a scarf real quick and just put the scarf on one of these stands here. Just because you can also use kind of scarves with this as well, because I know the doctors sometimes put scarves on his hat stand, but anyway, now we're going to need to use the teleport command to teleport them onto that hat stand. So to set it up, let's just do TP @e, type equals armor stand again. And put a radius in here. This is very important, because if you don't, this command is going to target every single armor stand that you have in your world. And if you use it to teleport them, it's going to teleport all of them into one spot. And it gets pretty messy. I've done this in the past. So let's just do that. It actually teleported me to all of them, which is kind of funny. But I need to get the coordinates of the hat stand. So we can just stand right on top of it and go into F3. And let's see, 392, 62, 18. So let me stand around these and do 392, 62, 8. Was it 62, 18? I can't remember. Yes, 392, 62, 18. 392, 62, 18. Hit enter, and there you go. They're all teleport onto that hat stand. So now the last thing we need to do is make it so that you can't see these armor stands anymore, because it doesn't look very nice right now with the armor stands visible. So let's use entity data one last time. And inside of here, we are going to put in a tag code invisible, :1. And let me just put the radius out just a little bit. And I don't think I spelled it right. Let's see here. INVIS. I forgot the N. Okay, let's try that. There we go. The armor stands will disappear, and you'll be left with just the hats looking like they're hanging on the hat stand. And the scarf will be looks like it's hanging on there as well. And as you can see, they're all pointing off in their own direction. And it kind of looks like they're hanging on the hooks of the hat stand. So that's pretty cool. And as I already brought out, you can usually take about one helmet off of these, and you can't really take any of the others off, I'm afraid, but it's mostly decoration, but you can actually... Ooh, my battery's dying. Sorry about that. As I was saying, you can actually take a helmet on and off the stand. So, one last thing that I want to bring out here, if we get a ordinary hat, so like you'd want a hat on the hat stand, right? Well, I'm afraid this doesn't quite work. Let me take a helmet off and put the hat on. As you can see, it does not get affected by the rotation values of the armor stand, and therefore it just looks like it's sitting up on top of there. So I'm afraid with hats, it doesn't really work, but vanilla armor or any helmets or anything like that will work just fine on this. And one last thing, I have tried this. You can put more than 4 armor stands on here and more than 4 helmets, but it does get a little bit jumbled up. You can, angle them just right, but as you can see, they're overlapping already, so it kind of gets a little more jumbled up the more you put on there. But I think 4 is a nice value, but feel free to play around with this, guys. See if you can get the angles a bit more precise so it looks better, but that's everything I got for now. I'm trying to think if I've forgotten anything, but no, I think that's it. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you learned something cool. And as I said, feel free to play around with this. So I'll see you all in the next video, guys. Goodbye.